In episode 2, Juliet Miller experiences for the first time what it's like to rub shoulders with other very damaged women. I know because I've been inside prisons and because I've talked to prisoners and because I've talked to prison staff, something about what it's really like. I wanted to be very clear in making this series to show absolutely how it is inside our prisons, and I don't want to hide any of it. I don't see the point in hiding it. I think it should be clear and out there, and I think people should be talking about it, and I think, and I hope actually, that people will be angry with what they see. As a writer, and writing a 5-part drama, it's always going to be the case, and it helps the drama if information is withheld from an audience, so that an audience is thinking hard, front of the sofa, working in terms of their thinking about what's going to happen next and why. So that's important. But what's really important here for me as a writer is that Juliet Miller is not ready to talk yet. And that's because she's a victim of abuse. Sophie Okonedo's character, Jack the solicitor, is starting to ask her questions because she knows, as an experienced solicitor, that this feels like an abused woman.
You've got to be straight with us, Juliet. We really badly want to help you, but we can't do it unless you start talking to us.
Sorry.
She needs Juliet to tell her stuff that she can then use when she's in court. But she's not ready to do that. She's very, very far away from that. She's too damaged to speak to her. And I think what happens between Anna and Jack, the two lawyers who are coming at this from different perspectives, is something to watch for and is interesting, I think. I wanted, as a writer, to write about 2 police officers who were married and who were involved in the same case in the same police station, because I wanted to see what would happen when they started to talk about, at home and outside the work environment, the case they were involved in. And I think it's going to be interesting to see in future episodes how these two get on with thinking about this case personally and how it resonates with their lives and what's happening with them. When I was writing the character of Faber, played by Dennis Lawson, I wanted to think about how a police officer who thought outside the box would get on in our justice system. In this instance, with this case, he is supposed to be helping secure evidence to provide a successful prosecution of Juliet Miller.
She was depressed.
Yes, I shall make a crap witness.
Too narrow. You focused in too tight, too soon. Context is everything.
But he doesn't personally think that she's guilty. He doesn't personally believe the prosecution case that he's helping to put together. And I think that's a pretty interesting place for a character to be. Episode 3 is about children. What's going to happen with Ella? What's it like to give birth in prison? How is Juliet going to deal with having a new baby in this environment? Will she get a place in a mother and baby unit so that she can be with her child? How are Flo and her husband Sexton dealing with their issues about children, that they want one? How is the case that they're looking at and investigating affecting their personal thinking about children, and how are they different in that thinking? Episode 3 has a big moment at the end in prison involving one of the prison characters, which will shock Juliet deeply and make her think, I think, very differently about what's coming next.